Good afternoon, almost, Central Texas. It is right before noon and just doing a midday weather update. This will last about 10 minutes or so. We're going to talk about a warming trend and some incoming chances for rain. Most folks this week were, of course, focused on the cold, but now that we, for the most part, got that out of the way, at least the brunt of it, and the wintry precipitation, now we can focus on some rain and a warming trend, essentially, is the main headline here. So touching on current conditions, we woke up this morning, of course, super cold in the 20s, felt like 20 degrees. Did you know a cold front snuck in late last night? Yes, it did. Brought our winds back out of the north versus the south, and we've been gusty post very weak front all morning, but have quickly hopped up and rebounded pretty nicely temperature-wise. We are in the lower 50s right now, of course, with it being 11:57. Sun is still going to get higher in the sky, and we will warm up into the mid to upper 50s, similar to what we did yesterday, but instead of winds out of the south, we will be sunny with a northerly wind at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Very dry air in place post-front, so no precipitation, of course, today. We just jump up into the 50s for now, basically until about 5 this afternoon, and then we'll quickly drop back down below freezing in the overnight hours tonight under clear skies. Current feels like temperatures situate us in the 40s and 50s area wide, 50 on the dot in Hearne, 51 in Cameron. It is 52 out in Georgetown right now, everybody with the northerly flow post front. What's going on across the nation? Maybe you're catching a flight somewhere. Well, not a lot. As you can see, not a lot to show you on SatRad. Now, if you're going out to the Great Lakes region, they're getting some snow headed towards New York and Boston here in the coming day or so. Other than that, everybody is nice and dry. I know they've had all of those crazy wildfires out in California, just updating you on that. Yesterday afternoon, I was looking at some weather there, and unfortunately bad conditions once again, and they had a new fire that went from I think it was like it started out as like a 20-acre fire and was up to 5,000 in 1 hour. So crazy how quickly those conditions can deteriorate out that way. A little bit of mountain snow as well in the Rockies. Other than that, calm and quiet, including all of Central Texas. Again, good afternoon if you're just tuning in. Well, it is afternoon here in 1 minute. We are 11:59 now. Sunny in the 50s and quiet weather for today. Post front from last night that was weak and didn't do a whole lot, but is going to keep us below freezing again for 1 or 2 more nights or so. But overall, the next few days we are going to slowly warm up. It's like we're defrosting or something. You can see that once the sun goes down tonight, we quickly jump down into the 40s, 30s, and eventually, yep, right back in the 20s in the overnight hours tonight. Winds will start to shift out of the west, and will start to be a story as we head on into Friday. So tomorrow, we wake up in the 20s. It will be extremely cold under clear skies, once again, similar to this morning. Winds will start to kick up tomorrow morning out of the west. The further west that you go in Texas tomorrow, the more you're going to be in an elevated risk for fire weather. Very dry air in place, a westerly flow, and sunny skies. And yeah, a lot of times you do start to see that fire weather risk this time of year, especially out in West Texas. So just notating that tomorrow's temperatures fluctuate between 20s in the morning, so area-wide light freeze, and then we go up into the upper 50s tomorrow afternoon, so pretty comparable to what we're seeing today. Winds will start to shift out of the southwest versus out of the north today. We'll be back out of the southwest by tomorrow afternoon, and breezy, 15 miles an hour or so. So if you have dinner plans, you're going to sit on a patio or something like that, tomorrow afternoon, notating, we'll be in the upper 50s. It will be sunny, but a little bit breezy out of the southwest, kind of like an early spring type of day. We roll into the weekend. The front half of Saturday, we're dry. We've got clear skies, and we'll either be right at the freezing point or just above it. So this is going to be our first morning that potentially some of the viewing area doesn't have a light freeze, and then every morning after that, we're on a warming trend in terms of our lows. So Saturday morning, we wake up, it's chilly, but not lower 20s type of chilly under clear skies, increase in cloud cover in the PM hours, and now, boom, rain chances start. Our winds or breezy at times out of the south. Saturday, we end up in the 60s temperature-wise for some of the viewing area. So rain chance, our first window, not the only one, but this is the primary part of this update, is letting you know we have incoming multiple rain chances headed into next week. That's good. We do need the precipitation. So Saturday night into Sunday morning, about a 50-60% chance you see rain at your house. So a pretty decent shot. Again, that will be Saturday in the PM hours, especially overnight into Sunday before lunch. Widespread precipitation, nothing too crazy, just some good old-fashioned rain moving through, but a decent chance. We roll into Sunday in the PM hours and we have a dry period, but essentially we have rain chances daily. They're going to go do this. So we start out Saturday night into Sunday morning with a really good shot. The chances will go down on Monday and Tuesday, but not be zero, more like 20% for a couple of isolated showers. They go right back up Wednesday into Thursday, back to 50%. So some of us could rack up potentially 1.5 inches, 2 inches between Saturday night and Thursday of next week, which is the very end of our 7-day forecast at this point. So good chances for rain, and temperatures are going to be well above freezing, so you don't have to worry about the wintry precipitation. We're going to hop up into the 50s and 60s daily over the next 7 days. You can see that Wednesday, potentially we have the scattered showers moving back through after, for a lot of us, a lull on Monday, Tuesday. Briefly talking about the winds, and I will show you your 7-day forecast before we end this. You could see Friday will be, winds will be backing out of the west and southwest. We will start to see them pick up to 15 miles an hour gusting between the morning and the afternoon. The further west that you go, again, elevated risk for fire weather. It's going to be quite windy for West Texas, especially just outside of our viewing area, the big country as well. We roll into the weekend. Also, unfortunately, Saturday will be windy too, potentially gusting up to 15, 20 miles an hour. But the good news being we're on a general warming trend. Yes, tomorrow morning we're going to be back down in the 20s. Saturday morning it's going to be between about 32, 34, 35, so right around the freezing point or just above it, and on a warming trend in terms of those low temperatures, so we're not going to have widespread freezes daily over the next 7 days. Rain chances start but don't end on Saturday in the PM hours, especially Saturday night through Sunday morning is our window over the weekend. So if you're trying to plan something outside, maybe earlier on Saturday or afternoon on Sunday, and you should be good to go. Highs are headed up to normal, which is 50s, 60s is a lot of what we see this time of year in Central Texas, which is what the 7-day tells you. We roll into Friday again tonight, widespread freeze. We're going to dip down into the 20s once again. So you'll want to bundle up Friday morning, Friday afternoon, upper 50s. Winds will be about 15 miles an hour gusting, so breezy at times. Could see a light freeze on Saturday. A few of our counties likely don't and are a little bit above the freezing point for the first time, but not the last. We're going to be done with the super, super cold mornings for a little bit. Headed into rain chances. PM hours on Saturday, AM hours on Sunday. Really good rain window there. If you don't get it then, don't worry. There's daily chances after that. Now it goes down slightly to just a few isolated showers. We're going to have quite a bit of cloud cover starting Saturday night, Sunday, all the way through the middle of next week. And I'll get out of the way so you could see our next significant rain window after Monday, Tuesday. It looks like we're going to have really good moisture in the air, cloud cover, temperatures. You don't see these big diurnal differences between our morning lows and our afternoon highs when you have a lot of moisture in the air, and that's what we're seeing. We have a couple of days where we don't see those drastic differences between our lows and our highs. You can see Sunday is one of them. We'll have some clouds in the area, bottom out in the 40s, only go up about 10 degrees that afternoon. And you see it again late in the week where we're between the 50s and 60s quite a bit, so not so bad of a 7-day forecast here. And again, if you're just tuning in, just to give you an overview and a recap, is now 12:05, and we are quiet in general over the next couple of days, couple of light freezes in store, and then you see us on that warming trend for our low temperatures. We're going to have 5 mornings in a row where we dip down into the 40s, but maybe just a light jacket or regular winter type coat without so many layers like we've been doing the past 7 days or so, and notating we're in the 50s and 60s daily. Best rain chances and rain windows essentially is going to be Saturday night to Sunday morning, ends around noon, and then a couple of isolated chances early in the week, but the better rain window coming back towards the middle back half of next work week. If you guys are on Facebook, this is being posted on 6 Plus as well as Facebook and YouTube. If you're on Facebook, if you want to leave a question in the comments, I will do my best to answer that. Otherwise, you guys have a good day. I will see you at 5 o'clock on Channel 6.